You're watching Vuka Africa here on ANN7. We're going to cross over to Jerry now, who will be discussing more problems with service delivery. Good morning, Jerry.
Hi, Peter. Not so much the service delivery, but whether we're paying for our services, as service delivery, of course, remains a national priority, Peter. It is, of course, imperative that both the municipalities, but also we as citizens, fulfill our responsibilities to each other. I mean, we've seen delivery protests continue, and it's certainly rocking the country. But the question is, who is playing their part and who isn't? And what can authorities as well as residents do in order to create a reciprocal relationship when it comes to service delivery? I have Fikile Bili in the studio. He is a municipal debt collector. He's going to help us just understand the challenges that are facing municipalities in terms of collecting debt at this time. It's always been a challenge, has it not been? I mean, I think the world over, doesn't matter what business you're in, some people just don't pay their debts.
It's very disturbing that today in South Africa we expect our government, especially at the local level, to render services where else there's no revenue. I mean, I've done a research. I've picked 2 years ago, municipalities were owed 263 billion rands. Last year, government were owing municipalities 4.5 billion rand. Today, people, when they don't want to pay municipal services, they go on the streets and protest. But tomorrow they expect municipalities to build roads. They expect municipalities to put infrastructure, which is impossible with the minimum budget allocations that they receive from province and national.
What do you mean when you say that government owed municipalities 4.5 billion a year ago?
It's not only the residents who are owing, government is also owing municipalities. And in order for us, you cannot be on top and not pay down there, but you want to give instructions down there to the people to deliver where else you don't deliver. I mean, it's not a secret. Government owes local municipalities quite a lot of money. And what makes it disturbing, I'm in the environment almost daily. You find that government have a tendency to negotiate with municipalities that, no, don't cut us off services, don't do this, we'll pay you, you know. And for the fact that municipalities have small departments, they are afraid of government, for instance, like public works. That's where I come in. If government owe municipalities money, I'm going to get that money for the municipality, because we cannot have a municipality sitting there being criticized by the community and business at large. At the end of the day, the same government doesn't pay. It doesn't work that way.
And of course, it's like with any business. I mean, the money needs to roll in for you to continue being in business and therefore delivering the services that need to be delivered. Most
definitely. Let me make you an example what we did as Zandile Management Services. We had a situation in the Free State whereby the municipality of Mafube appointed us to collect their debt. And then we sat down with the council and the mayor, Mr. Sikasa. We said, look, it is a poor area. What are we going to do in order to see to it that people come voluntarily forward and pay? Then we launched an Operation Patala, which was quite very successful, where we fill up the stadium and people came, and then we addressed our people, explained to them the importance of paying for municipal services. Because if you go back in history, during the apartheid, we were taught not to pay for services. Now we were banned, but we forgot to be unbanned. Now, that's what we do as Zandile. We'll go to the township and rehabilitate our people, get together with our people, do door-to-door campaigns, encourage them to come forward and make arrangements with municipalities. We are also a company that is working in Madibeng, where there is currently a problem. We did approach the municipality to do the same strategy 5 months ago in order to explain to the people that services will not come overnight, but at least let's try and pay, trying to bring the municipality closer to the people, you understand, in order to diffuse all the service delivery protests. But fortunately, with us as a debt collectors for municipalities, we don't blacklist our people, for instance. We don't forfeit people's assets. What we do, we rehabilitate our people. So we did it successfully in Frankfurt, Mafube municipality. There's never been a service delivery protest. We've done it successfully in Mpumalanga, in Umkhonto municipality, where we managed to get a number of people with a radio station into the stadium in Piet Retief. Till today, there's never been a service delivery protest. What our people want, they want respect.
Okay, so basically we're saying is that service delivery is not just about municipalities not being able to deliver services. It's about them being able to afford to deliver services.
You know, Gary, if you look at the Auditor General's report, you will see a lot of municipalities get disclaimers. And some people will say municipalities don't deliver. People don't know what's going on. The reality is that municipal, for example, on the revenue side, municipal debt books are duplicated. Municipal debt books, you find that there are a lot of deceased people in the municipal billing system. There are a lot of indigents who are listed fraudulently in the municipal billing systems. Now, what we do normally for municipalities, will say, let's do a data cleansing for you in order to see that is Gary the relevant person to be on the municipal database as an indigent. Because Gary registered this year, 2 months down the line, you get a job. The municipality doesn't know. You stay 5 years working, the next thing you don't inform the municipality. That's fraud on its own. So our people cannot go around and register themselves wrongly in order to benefit free services. I mean, for example, now, if you have seen most municipalities, in small municipalities, find that they've got 80% of indigents. How will a municipality survive if they've got 80% indigents? The mistake also is also done by municipalities. They go around and look for indigents. Sometimes we call our people, they said, I was never indigent. Gary came here and campaigned and said to me, I'm an indigent, and he registered me. I can afford, especially the elder people. They are the ones who pay municipal services. So also, you find that municipalities are not breaking even because everybody, most of the people have breached electricity. We offer solutions for smart meters. We do data cleansing for municipalities because municipalities will never afford to pay ESCOM if they don't have the correct infrastructure like electricity, water, and meters.
But now it has to be pretty hard to collect, though. I mean, I hear the filling up of stadiums, but you can't do that every day. You can't do that on a monthly basis. I mean, people have to take responsibility. You have to know that these are the services I acquire, this is the amount of utilities that I use, and this is what I need to pay.
You can't do it every day because when we protested during the apartheid, we were protesting every day. It took us time. Now, we need to educate them every day. You must understand, Gary, if you haven't paid for the past 15 years, for me to rehabilitate you is not overnight. I can talk to you tomorrow.
No, that's not rehabilitation. That's teaching them for the first time.
But it's a rehabilitation because our people are delinquent now. They don't want to pay for services. And you cannot approach our people by blacklisting them. It's not going to work. What you need to do is to go into those communities and talk to them in a very polite and decent way.
But Fikile, in the past, when I was growing up, they just turned off your your services, and then Mum ran down to the service.
We as Zandile Management Services, we don't encourage to cut off electricity. You know why? We've got various reasons. We've got people living with life supports. We've got people who just got babies. How are you going to make milk? It's a basic need to have electricity. You understand? I can take that electricity away from you. What if you breach that electricity? So it's very important that we don't switch off, but we educate our people that pay for your municipal services.
Fikile, are we in the situation right now where there are more people not paying municipal bills than there are people paying?
Definitely. I mean, I would tell you now, I think more than 70% of South Africans don't pay municipal service. It's not only the people in the township, in the suburbs, in business, in government, everybody is owing municipalities. I mean, people are taking municipalities for granted, but they've got the tendency of standing out there and say municipalities don't deliver, for else they are the ones who don't deliver. You cannot expect services when you don't pay. So I think we as South Africans, we must look at ourselves and say, where do we want to be as a country? Do we always want to point fingers at people? No, I made it my own business to see to it that I go to my own people and teach them. For example, in the township, that's where I come from. I know the culture of non-payment is quite very huge.
And so what is it that needs to happen at this time? Because it seems as though it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Communities are not paying for services. Government is not paying what they owe to municipalities. And yet there would be, to some extent, be an expectation that national government supports the local municipalities in getting the non-payment funding in from society. So, I mean, who do you go to for support if you're a local municipality?
You have to go to your provincial Department of Corporate Governance. You have to go to your treasury. But I would advise municipalities, should they have problems with revenue, they should contact Zandile Management Services, because we have systems in place that will help municipality to recover revenue without a sweat. We've got strategies in place that will make sure that municipalities don't lose revenue. I mean, we are the first black company that will be assembling electricity and water meters in Mpumalanga, in South Africa, which whereby we'll be using Mpumalanga as the gateway to Africa, to South Africa and other parts of the world to supply electricity meter that will cut revenue. I mean, I was in Brazil a few months ago, the same thing there. They don't have revenue. I went to do a revenue enhancement strategy for them. They're also bridging electricity. It's not only in South Africa, it's even worse in the Southern America.
The bridging issue, of course, from a non-payment perspective is an issue. But there, are we beginning to help communities understand the physical dangers of bridging?
That's why you see, that's why it's good to have me. Because I don't think, I don't think municipalities got that capacity to teach the people not to breach. That's where we come in as Zandile Management Services. We go in and educate our people the importance of not stealing municipal electricity.
So one of the challenges that we have faced over the last little while, and I discussed this on air yesterday morning as well, is the fact that service delivery is a problem. More often than not, we look at it as to how it is that government should be delivering, and the issues of non-delivery is always left on the doorstep of government. However, to be able to discover that municipalities, local and so on, are in fact also finding themselves in deep trouble. Why? Because they have two non-paying societies or communities. The one is government is not paying their bills to local municipalities, and nor are we, the citizens, regular payers of our bills. Fikile Bili, thank you so much for joining us. He is a municipal debt collector, just helping us understand what the true problems are. So, yeah, there are areas in which we're lacking. We know that water is not being, we know that electricity is a problem. Ask yourself a question. Have you paid your bill this month?